So when Laura was born, as Karen and I were leaving the hospital, neither of us had hardly ever held a newborn baby in our hands, so we were absolutely terrified. In fact, we wondered if they knew what they were doing in releasing this perfect baby into our arms to take home. It was only shortly after that Karen came to the nursery one day to see me leaning over top of the crib with a piece of toilet paper in my hand. She asked me where I was going, and I rather sheepishly explained that I was holding it as close as I could get it to Laura's nose so that I could make sure she was breathing. And if you fast forward just a couple years after that, it would be to the rather anxious shouts of Laura, "Daddy, Daddy, it's the Beauty and the Beast song." And whenever she would say that, we would find one another in the house. She would stand on my feet and we would dance to the Beauty and the Beast song, the theme song from the movie. And if we were in the car and the song came on, we would hold hands. So it was about at that time that one of my most memorable dad moments happened when Laura and I went to see the Nutcracker in the movie theater. And when the movie started, there was nobody else in the room. So she got out in the aisle and she danced up and down the aisle, and nobody ever came in the theater for an hour and a half. She danced to her heart's content. And once we came home from the movie, Laura's mama set her up with a proper dance outfit. Since it was obvious that she loved to dance, she got her a fairy crown and a fairy wand and a white slip and long underwear. And then we took a cassette tape and we, from beginning to end, front to back, nothing but the theme song from the Nutcracker. And it was with all that in hand that we would deliver Laura to her grandma's every morning while we worked, and then she would dance to her heart's content all day long there. And that went on for a long time. It was as a result of that it was obvious she loved dance, so we enrolled her in dance class. And it was there that we began to really see some of the characteristics that she has built on throughout her life. Typically during a rehearsal or recital, as all of her peers were essentially chasing imaginary butterflies around the room, Laura was focusing on what the teacher was saying. She wanted to become the best dancer that she could become. And she took those traits and she built upon them throughout her elementary school years, her middle school years, her high school years. And as a result of that, really has accomplished some amazing things. We're not going to go into those today because she would be embarrassed. But I do want to talk about some of the attributes, I think, that have gotten her to the place she is right now. If we fast forward to today, 25 years later, she is pursuing her dream to be a neuroscientist. And I believe she's going to succeed at it. But before I do that, I do want to go back in time to a conversation that her and I have had maybe 4 or 5 times during the course of her life. Usually at a time when she was stressing or feeling the weight of maybe expectations from a coach or a teacher or a professor or a parent. When I would have to remind her, Laura, if this endeavor that you're doing was easy, everybody would do it. And then I also would remind her that there's a passage in the Bible that essentially says that to him or her, that much has been given, much is expected. And I think initially she kind of accepted that, but then I think it really became a core part of her being. And with that, throughout her life, to get to where she is now, what I've watched Laura do over and over again is she has a passion. Initially it was dance, and it was music, and it was running cross country, and now it's neuroscience. And she takes that passion and she sets a goal to become the best she can possibly be with that. And then she becomes laser focused on doing everything that she can to achieve that goal. I apologize. And then there comes a point where after she becomes laser focused, she does the thing that I think really differentiates her from everybody else. And that she is willing to do the often difficult and miserable work that it takes to achieve that goal. And along the way, there's just sheer determination. I believe that throughout her life, Laura has often benefited from a coach or a teacher or a professor who has recognized all those traits in her and then really mentored her to become the best that she could possibly be. it's also a very important part of her characteristic that I've watched her along the way. Recognize those same traits from people that come to whatever program it is behind her. She mentors them and helps them to be the best that they can be. Laura also is very deeply spiritual, and she cares deeply for the people that care for her. And at this stage of her life, it's really exciting to imagine how she's going to take all of these passions that she's had and make a difference in the world. I'm confident that that's going to happen. So it's been about 7 years ago that we met Will, and I will never forget the first meeting with him, because as we met, he immediately firmly shook my hand. He looked me straight in the eye with confidence. I remember that it was very evident very early that he was very charming. He was very fit. He was a good-looking guy. He was hard-working. He was very passionate about what he was doing. And really, he checked all the boxes. You know, we know all the other attributes that he has. There's no doubt about that. The other thing that I have to point out, though, is as I was beginning to deal with male pattern baldness, he had perfect hair. And then really moments after I met him, he began to tell me how much he admired her daughter, how much he admired her intelligence and her athleticism and her values, her strong values, especially her family values. And this was a young man that I had only met literally moments earlier, I'm not kidding. And then he began to tell me how he was going to treat her daughter with respect, and how he was going to earn my respect. And as I left my first official meet and greet with future attorney Will Rice, I was a bit shell-shocked. And honestly, I thought he was too good to be true, and I figured there was something missing. So I have this music room, and for those of you that think I have ADD, I don't. I'm going somewhere significant with this, but I am a musician, and it's always played a very significant role in my life. From the time that our kids were teeny little kids, they would come staggering into the room at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning with their blankie in hand to hang out with Dad, listen to me practice. They still like music today and stuff like that. And then as they got into elementary school and took up their own instruments, it became their music room where we would practice, where they would play along with that. And then when we got into high school, it became the room where they often would just come hang out at the end of the day as life got more difficult and challenging, and maybe just decompress from a really tough day, maybe vent about some of the frustrations or challenges that they were dealing with in their life. And it was a place where I really got to have significant conversations with my children. And then as their daughters went off to college and met their future husbands, they would often come home on the weekend and hang out with us. And we as a family, we would just hang out and talk, have some good conversation, maybe see a movie, maybe have some dinner. Usually by about 10 o'clock at night, the girls were all in a coma, so the guys would end up in the music room, where we would have a few good beers, have a few good laughs, listen to some good music, and really begin to know each other, begin to really be comfortable with one another, begin to have some really deep conversation about the things that were important in life. And if there's any point that I truly want to make today, it occurred to me as I was putting this together that the amount of one-on-one, man-on-man time, man-to-man time that I have spent with my son-in-laws in that room, already right now in a relationship probably exceeds the amount of time that a typical father and son-in-law will spend together in that environment over the course of their life. And I can't tell you how thankful I am for that. And the reason for that is that Karen and I are depending on these guys to love and care for and protect their daughters for the rest of their lives. I can't put enough significance on that. That's where I learned about Will Rice. What I've learned about Will is that he is a man of deep integrity. He really is. He's a man of deep values and especially family values. It has become evident to me that, in fact, he wasn't too good to be true. And if anything, he has over-delivered on the insinuated promises that he made that first day that we met. And I'm absolutely confident that as I look at Bill and Julie Rice here today, that you guys have exceeded your wildest dreams in the man that you have raised. So a few months ago, we got to see Will graduate from law school, and as he came down the aisle to be seated, he walked right past us, and we were sitting on the aisle. Laura was sitting right next to the aisle. I remember watching her face as he walked by, and she was virtually levitating out of her chair. But her face was truly glowing. She was just so proud, so in love. There was this sense of shared accomplishment between them. It was just amazing to watch. I've never seen it glow that way before today in 28 years. And the thing is, I've seen both of them look at one another in a similar way many, many times, as you guys have seen today, clearly. So the thing that I wish for and pray for my kids and their spouses is that they will always find time for one another throughout their lives, and that they will never for a moment have a reason to doubt whether or not they're the most important thing in one another's lives. Everybody raise a glass for a toast. Realize I don't have one. May you arrange your life in such a way that you will always find time for one another above all else, that you will never have a moment where you doubt that you are the most important in each other's lives, and that you will just have a life that is filled with joy and love and blessing. Cheers.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Next, we have the matron